I was so confused why he would do this. Like, he did.
Very
I think
unfortunate.
he did record it when he was injured and stuff. But like, just a couple of the stuff that he said, like, I don't understand. Like, he was one of the things that actually really annoyed me. He was talking about game time, and I think that's completely unfair. When he's had an opportunity, when he's been fully fit, like he was, this interview was just like literally just after he got COVID and he was complaining about game time. He can't play when he has COVID and he just came back from an injury. He has to build up fitness. He can't just be thrown straight into the team. And also how he's
Mm.
talking about Inter as well. He was like, he said something about Martinez where he was like, "Oh, Martinez to Chelsea, nah, let him stay there. I'm gonna be there soon." Like
Yeah.
when he joined, he said in one of the interviews, he said, "I'm staying here for life." You're like 29. Why are you talking about going back to Inter?
Yeah. No, I think he wanted to get his message across, but he could have said it a bit like,
Because the way he left Inter was quite negative. Like their
yeah,
fans didn't
exactly.
like him, obviously. So maybe he's trying to patch. But the way he's done this is just completely.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know
patched
if it's
into
that.
them.
No, because the thing is with Inter, he says he's going to sign a contract. He loves the club. He leaves. Chelsea's his boyhood club. He wants to be there. And then he says, "No, I actually really like Inter." Clearly, he doesn't like Inter. He doesn't care about Chelsea. He just cares about himself, his
Yeah,
money,
I don't understand.
whatever. I don't like.
When he
When
said
everything
that,
Obviously,
fall apart, like at United, he was found leaking stuff when everything fell apart. It's just when everything doesn't go right for him. It just
Hmm.
seems like he has a complex where he just like blames everyone else. So it's a
yeah,
bad mentality to have. Yeah.
apparently he leaked some like the slowest player in Manchester United or something. I saw that
Yeah,
interview.
he started like leaking like fitness stuff when it went all wrong at United,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, just get your head down, man. And like now he's like, especially such a pivotal point in the season. Imagine the mentality in the dressing room after all those quotes have come out. Like Tuchel's come out and said it's a lot of unnecessary noise that we don't need in the dressing room. It's completely right. Like it's so unnecessary and just unprofessional from a player. Like these are record signing, and he's out there talking about wanting to go back into, and it's not been like it's not even been a season since he's been here. So I don't understand it.
Also, another thing that doesn't make sense. He was talking about Tuchel's tactics. He doesn't like the tactics. It's the same tactic that's won the Champions League. I don't understand how
yeah,
he wants to come in, change the tactic just around him when he seems disinterested. It doesn't make any sense.
It's not like a mid-table club where we've bought him to
yeah.
build a system around him. We've built him because we bought him because he's a versatile player, can fit into a lot of systems. So
We
he should fit. He can fit into the system. So why is he complaining?
all Lukaku was a panic buy, and just like Kepa was a
Yeah,
No,
panic buy.
no,
He's just a
it's not
Lukaku.
really. It's not.
Lukaku wasn't a panic buy.
Lukaku is your first choice. The only other
No,
striker you want.
Haaland was our first choice to donor. Why did Lukaku was never our first choice? We always wanted
yeah,
Haaland.
you have to
Like
get your
even before the window, he was set on Haaland. But then near has like
yeah.
Dortmund are really tough negotiators, and we saw it. So it started slipping away, and that's when we went for Inter. And the like, I, it seems now that the only reason he left is because they didn't have the financial means to offer him a new contract, which is why he left. But then when he joined, he said, "When Chelsea come calling, you can't say no." So he keeps twisting the story different. I don't even know what
Yeah.
actually. We don't know what actually happened because he's saying different stuff in different interviews.
No, I heard like I don't know, the board is against Tuchel. I mean, there are probably rumours, but like, I just want to say, hopefully the board stick with Tuchel in this. Uh, he's one of the best managers in the world. I agree, but I saw another interview as well. Apparently, he's questioned, and then Tuchel took it professionally and said, I don't remember what he said, but he took it professionally. I just wanted to condemn him on that.
Personally, I think he was just
And yeah,
frustrated
yeah,
Chelsea, so he just lashed out, and I don't. He
yeah,
didn't need to. I don't. He just didn't need to, man. Especially in this scenario, like we've got a big set of games coming up, and he's just gone and done that. Like, is it necessary? Don't understand.
do you think this will affect him playing for Liverpool?
I still,
Or
like, it. Yeah, he said all that, but it's a big game. He's our best striker at the club. He said he
If
did say in the interview that he said he'll keep going. He said he'll continue. He said he'll keep grinding. But he also like said stuff like because I remember one of the quotes was like he one of the games he thought he could play the full 90, but the physios said that he could only play 45, so he only played 45, and then he got COVID, so he was obviously frustrated. but he thinks he could have played 90. So he said, at Inter, I was, the physios, and he just kept talking. Like he said, he just kept comparing it to Inter, and it's just like,
Mm.
I don't understand.
Well, because at Inter he was the main man. At
Yeah.
Chelsea, it's built on a team. It's not a group of
Yeah,
individuals, which
it's
is
not. We don't
why they were
rely on.
successful.
Yeah.
So it's a change for him. He's just got to let his ego go a little bit because he's not the best striker in the world.
I mean,
Lukaku, he's not.
like at United as well. He wasn't the first choice. Clearly saw how he was at United, but at Inter Milan, when he was like the main player, he excelled.
And like like I said before, he just said like loads of contradicting stuff. Like we said, he would have stayed if he contract, and it's just like, just say you're still like, just stay away from that stuff and just focus on getting back to fitness and playing again for Chelsea. Like recently, he's got 2 goals, 2 starts, and this has come out. I don't know if you're negatively affected or anything. We just have to see. Definitely not good.
Lukaku did also say that he wanted to play for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Bayern
Yeah.
Munich.
What did you say? Was that
Okay, no.
interview?
So in the interview, he said something like, so when he joined, he said, the only other club I would have played for at that moment in time instead of Inter. But then when he said this interview, he was like, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, or Real Madrid were the only other would have left, but none of them offered me anything. That's the reason I joined Chelsea. So again, it's just him swapping stories. Like he
Yeah.
said, and it's also kind of like downplaying Chelsea. Like
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
it was like a last option for him. Like he didn't really want to do it. It's just, I think he's just ruined it. And then like Inter fans still don't seem to have like, he kind of does to like get forgiven. Still don't. So I don't understand.
They put some banner up outside the stadium, I think, saying we don't want you back.
Yeah.
So this little thing hasn't worked. Bit of a waste of time, and it's just going to
Also-
negatively affect him.
Yeah.
Only
He said he wants to go back to Inter at the top of his game, not near the end of the career. He's
Oh, yeah, he
like
did say.
29, 30 now. So what does he want to leave like right now? Like, I don't understand what he's talking about.
Yeah, he can leave. If he wants to leave, he can leave.